Hello, Neil Wallace here. Nearly halfway through my Meet the Market tour of our key dairy and meat markets. I'm still in the Netherlands, and I've been meeting Rabobank, Fonterra, those sorts of people. So which I'll talk about shortly. But hey, look, I realise that the message I'm sending back to New Zealand farmers is pretty tough. Perhaps it's not what you want to hear. That obviously regulation rules and contract conditions of supply are changing and are going to result in going to affect you back on the farm. But hey, that's what these people are telling me. That's what McDonald's, Mars Wrigley's, and just this week Nestle's are telling me, that sustainability is really, really important to them, and they want it to be important to us, and they want it reflected in the products they're supplying. But so just looking at this week, sort of some of those messages are changing in the sense that I'm hearing more about opportunities. And I went to Wageningen University, for example, and they're doing a couple of really interesting things with methane reduction, reasonably inexpensive breeding values for dairy bulls that produce low methane producing offspring, and using microbiome as a probiotic into young calves, which provides a methane reducing process in the stomach of the calf. I subsequently went on to a dairy farm in the Netherlands, and that was really interesting. I think it sort of highlighted the way that farming is going to go. He has got a number of sustainability goals he has to meet as part of his conditions of his supply, but depending on the degree to which he meets them, he can get, well, he's getting 3.5 cents a litre bonus over the base price, and that's 3.5 cents out of a maximum of 5 cents a litre. So it's quite significant for his income. So, I mean, that's an opportunity he sees, and the information he's getting as he tries to comply to those various supply contracts are resulting in really a lot of information and a lot of useful information for his dairy farm. He's milking 3 times a day, 110 cows 3 times a day. I said earlier, I met with Nestle this week, and it's a similar message to McDonald's and Mars. They've got their sustainability in the supply chain is really important to them, and that's going to be reflected in their supply contracts. But as with Mars Wrigley and McDonald's, they're wanting to work with farmers, and they're also talking about paying premium prices for those who can meet certain standards. So it's not all doom and gloom on that side of thing. I met with Rabobank, Fonterra staff here in the Netherlands, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes about helping farmers make the transition to meeting these requirements. All sorts of bodies and groups and entities working with governments, NGOs and bodies like the United Nations, who are holding these climate change conferences and really pushing the message that agriculture has a role to play, and we just can't ignore it. So some really good work going on behind the scenes by groups like Rabobank and Fonterra, for example. Fonterra's got massive inroads into all sorts of dairy groups, which include processors, dairy companies and food retailers. The other message that I'm hearing, I heard from Justin Sherrard from Rabobank, is that he reinforced what others are saying, but that food production is on the decline in Europe because of these environmental standards that the EU is setting. Food production is definitely reducing, and as Justin Sherrard said, well, maybe that's an opportunity for New Zealand. They're going to still want their food, they're going to need their food, but they're just not going to produce as much domestically, and that gap will have to be filled from somewhere else. So why can't that be New Zealand? So sort of some bit more positive messages in the sense that a lot going on behind the scenes, and the food production issue, balance here in EU is shifting. So hopefully that may translate to some more opportunities for us. I'm heading off to Paris tomorrow to meet with the OECD, and one of the topics I want to talk to them about is trade. Things are really have changed in trade since COVID, and I'm wanting to find out what that actually will mean to a trading nation like New Zealand. So until next time, I'll catch you then.